Hello and welcome to Daytona. We are here at the Daytona International Speedway for practice number 1 for the Cup Series for the 13th running of the Daytona 500. Today we've got a 60-minute practice session. All cars will be on track taking time, just preparing for tomorrow's qualifying, and also 16 cars will be preparing for the clash tonight. That will be in approximately 2 hours. And so we will have an hour now just talking about the drivers and watching this first practice go underway. First time we'll have cars on the track for the season. And Speed Weeks is underway. If you want to see the full Speed Weeks schedule, feel free to check the description. You can see all the events there. Several cars working their way onto the track already. Look familiar? That is not Helmentaler. In fact, that is the number 3 car now of Lacko. Still on the same team. Lacko's still on what is now M&M's Racing, but just changed numbers to 3 and also took the Good Run sponsorship. Helmentaler has gone back to the Wrangler as the same sponsor he was a couple seasons ago. The reigning Daytona 500 champion. Looking for back-to-back. He's got a class story about tonight as well. There's Benjamin, another Daytona 500 winner. That team, now known as Coca-Cola Racing, has switched manufacturers. They are now Toyota after being Chevrolet for the past several seasons. You see several more cars coming on track. There is your reigning champion Franklin. We saw him win at Homestead about a little over a month ago. He is now a champion, and he also has 2 All-Star race wins and just needs that Daytona 500 win. Franklin finished the season with a very dominating season. He won a good 7 or 8 races. And he definitely deserved that championship more than anyone else. As you see, the 3 of Lacko coming up behind him. New paint scheme for Adams and also a new number. Still on the same team. Adams now number 19 rather than 79, and he is now the Bass Pro Shops Toyota. You see Donato in the 8, Combs in the 90 making another Daytona 500 start. Flincham in the 29. 9 top 10s in the past 10 Daytona 500s and also winning it in season 7. Got a bit of 3 wide going on over here. That's Bywater in the 15, expected only to start Daytona 500 in the Cup Series this season. We'll see him in the National Series full time, and you'll see those cars on track in a couple of days. Meanwhile, Otto Manelli, that is now a single car team starting after Daytona. He now is number 14 Budweiser car. And there's another paint scheme which you may recognize, but that is Kagzinski M&M's Racing now. He's now on the M&M's Racing team. Still car number 4, but he now has the M&M sponsorship. Drivers have said they expect him to be possibly a powerhouse this season, as M&M's Racing back to a 4-car team. And Kagzinski definitely on one of the best teams in the series. Here's one of our Rookie of the Year contenders. That is Rue in the 36. A new team, Harris Family Racing. Rigsby, same sponsor, same team, but new car number. He is now number 27, as Austin will no longer be in the Cup Series. He was a 27, now Rigsby will take that number. And also Lacko, now number 3. And there's that Toyota that we talked about, the manufacturer change for Coca-Cola Racing team of Benjamin and Matthew. Miller in the Miller in the 11 for Athletic Racing. There's Krebs in the 53. And new paint scheme for Shank, PokerStars.net on the number 24 with the Flames paint scheme. And yeah, so we've got a lot of new stuff to talk about. And here's a new face, not a new face, but a returning face. That is Horkler in the 48. He did not race at all in Season 12, but he's back to start the Daytona 500 for Knifley Motorsports, driving the number 48. Same car that Knifley drove a season ago. Clayton now number 63 and in her own team. But still definitely associated with that 47 team. No 47 car in the roster as of now. And there's Hoffman driving the 98, who also will start only the Daytona 500 for Turner Motorsports, teammates with Otto Manelli. This expected to be the only race that car number 98 enters this season, but we'll see later. Here's two new faces, two names you may not recognize. Agelli in the 7, new driver, new team, IBEM Incorporated, and Arroyo in the 0, actually not a rookie. In fact, he raced the first couple seasons, like back in 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4, I don't remember. But it's been a very long time since he's been in a race car, and he's here for the Daytona 500. Also full-time in the Truck Series, driving in his own team. Set gas in the 78, slightly different paint scheme, but same sponsor and everything. And got a new driver, another Rookie of the Year contender, Simpson in the 46, Eskimo Motorsports. We will take a look at his teammate. That's the 41 of Simon, also a rookie. Two new drivers. Both of these drivers come from the Dragon Cup Series, or whatever it's called these days. As we see a bit of a pack racing here. Got about 8 cars in a group. There's McGuckin in the 23. Slightly different paint scheme, but very similar, all red front. Benjamin not in tonight's class, but he's preparing for a Daytona 500 run. I mean, for a qualifying run. Obviously right now he's preparing for the race, riding in this pack. Santanastazzo has lost Club Penguin Island sponsorship. That has gone over to Costanza in 30. A driver we always see attempt the Daytona 500 is Wasabog in the 86, but has never made the Daytona 500 yet. We'll see if this will finally be the season. He's attempted maybe 3 or 4 times. As always, DNQ'd. He's always fallen short in qualifying in the duels, but we'll see if he can make it happen this time. There's the 13 that we were talking about, new sponsor and also new team name Discount Tire Racing is actually the name of the team and the sponsor of the Two of Simeon. He currently is second fastest with his teammate Courtney third fastest. M&M's Racing team first and fourth. Helmentaler in the 13 is currently the fastest, and there's Senk in the 24, two-time Daytona 500 winner, season 9 and 10. The new Flames paint scheme for PokerStars.net. Donato Bray Racing will field 4 cars in this Daytona 500. Costanza, who we just showed you, is a new driver for the team. And also Bywater is driving for this team for the Daytona 500 only. So 3 full-time cars for that team now, but they're entering 4 for the Daytona 500. Looked very close contact between the 9 and the 95 here through 1 and 2. 95 gets all the way on the white line. Bray will bring it onto pit road. So a new season means new stories. Here's a group of cars who all must race their way into the Daytona 500. Combs right now are racing, fielding 2 full-time cars again. Hudson and Ridenauer, 93, 92 respectively, and Combs again will drive the 90 in the Daytona 500. And so we're just getting started here with Speedweeks. Still 47 minutes remaining in the opening practice for the Daytona 500. Special day today for the Titanic racing. Not only is it the first time cars are on the track, but we've also got some racing tonight. The classic 80-lap clash at Daytona will happen later tonight. That'll consist of 16 drivers, which are all the playoff drivers except for Knifley, because he is not in the series anymore, along with Adams for winning Texas race. He's the only non-playoff driver to have won a race in season 12. And so all playoff drivers and race winners of season 12 will compete for the clash. We've got 37 minutes to go. Helmenthaler continues to be the fastest. Also to mention that for tomorrow's qualifying, the qualifying order will be in reverse order of practice speeds. Not that it really matters too much, but just to make it a little bit more exciting. So the last couple of cars supposed to qualifying lap should be the fastest ones, and that'll make it really interesting to watch in the end. Here in this 4-car group are 3 out of 4 of them are drivers who are only racing the Daytona 500, and the other one is a rookie planning to race the full season. That 46 car of Simpson. Valvoline is the sponsor on that new car, and Haas Automation is the sponsor on the team's other car, number 41 of Simon. I'm curious to see how this team does in their first season. Both of those cars with the yellow stripes on their back bumper indicating that they are a rookie. All drivers who do not have those yellow stripes mean that that driver has raced at least one full Cup season in their career, thus making them a veteran. Still 35 minutes to go. Helmenthaler is still the fastest. Flincham now is number 2. Spin off of turn number 4. That's the 36 of Rue going around. One of our Rookie of the Year contenders this season. He conveniently lands right in his stop and is going to change tires. It's just a rookie mistake that you've got to make. Good thing it happened during practice. And you mess up and you learn. And that's how you get experience at the series. Let's take a look at what happened. They're trying to come onto pit road. 36 car goes down right into the 22 of Flynn. And also hits the 21 of Sant'Anastasio. All three of those are cars who must race their way in. Nearly gets into the 23 there. He was lucky to get by. And you can see a lot of damage on the front of that 21 car. Working on that 36. And we'll see if that team is able to get back out for the rest of this practice session. We still have 13 minutes to go, and there's the fastest driver, Helmenthaler, driving number 13. 11 minutes remaining in the first practice. There's a look at our two Turner Motorsports cars, the 98 and the 14. Car number 41 is not in this team despite the car number. He is in Eskimo Motorsports along with the 46. Otto Manelli and Hoffman, both part of Turner Motorsports. The number 98 car is not expected to start any more races. Turner Motorsports will be a one-car race after Daytona with the 14. And there's Miller in the 11 for Athletic Racing. It continues to be Helmenthaler the fastest. Second is Flinsum. Adams now in third. Kagzinski now in fourth. And Benjamin rounds out the top five. We saw a little while ago, and team reported a little bit of an engine issue for the 24 of Schenk. He had to come onto pit road. They had to work on that. They brought him back out to see what it's like. Definitely seems to not have the speed. You can see how slow that car is going on the track right now. So that team's got a lot of work to do. They've also got the class tonight, so they've definitely have to get going on that 24 car. And Daytona 500 qualifying tomorrow, of course. There's the two teammates. Toyota Racing is the new team name. 78 of Setgast and then 19 of Adams. And there's another Toyota. Now a Toyota is the one of Benjamin. Used to be a Chevrolet. Speed Racing's number 86, Washabog, working on his car, trying to make the Daytona 500, but he's only 36th fastest in this practice. He's going to have a bit of work to do for qualifying tomorrow. There's Rue in the 36 back on track after that spin off turn 4 a little while ago. That rookie driving with the veteran of McGuckian in front of him. The 5-time champion and 2-time Daytona 500 winner, driving the 23. Currently 9th fastest in this practice. 8 minutes to go. We are down to the final minute here in Daytona 500 practice. Helmenthaler's still fastest. Looks pretty secure that he's going to win this practice session. Let's look for him. There he is right there. You've got Flinchum in second and Adams in third. As long as they cross the line before the timer runs out, they will still be allowed to post a lap and possibly move up the rank of the leaderboard once the timer runs out. Doesn't really matter too much, just a way to say that you're fast in practice. You just want to give yourself some confidence and have a good start to the speed weeks. You see the damage on the front of the 21 from the earlier accident. They're going to have to work on that before qualifying. They've got all night and morning to do so. Teammates of Lacko and Smith. And so the timer expires, and as the rest of the field crosses the line, and that is it for the first practice session of Speed Weeks. Join us at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, about 1 hour from now, for the start of the class, the first race, the first of 6 races we will have in this Speed Weeks. We'll see you in a little bit.